Through your journey, what do you think you can offer some kind of advice for what you've learned?
For
It could
me,
be practical, it could be artistic, it could be whatever it is. What advice
Okay.
would you want to give?
Look, I think this is what I say probably the most.
Went around the world.
Loving kindness,
Yeah.
compassion.
If you can look to them and tell them maybe one or two advice that you can give. So there's like, oh, I love Xyza, I love what she does, I want to do the same thing as her, or they're just inspired of either one or the other, either art or the documentary. What advice could you give them?
Be so good that they cannot ignore you.
Be so good they can't ignore you.
Yeah. For me, photography is something very personal. You just do the work.
Yeah.
Awards, financial, whatever that comes with it will come. So just do the work.
Yeah.
Create a massive portfolio of good works. And if you're so good at it, they will not ignore you.
You have to shoot every day. You have
Every
to
day, yeah.
shoot every day. Even if you don't want to, force yourself out. Shoot during your daily routine. Shoot when you're outside going to the store. Shoot during your commute. And just shoot.
Even if you don't feel like it, just shoot.
Especially if you don't feel like it.
It's like people saying, oh, I don't feel like practice. It's like, but that's why you're practicing. But in a way, your practice is always creating a product.
Yes.
It's always a performance.
Yes, and I always hope that my forcing myself to go out to shoot, I always hope that this is like a model behavior for my children. They haven't picked up on it yet about practicing, but I really feel like it's really important.
Often I'll walk entire day on the streets and not find anything interesting to photograph. But if I see something or a person or a scene that makes me feel afraid and I feel my heart rate going up and I feel the sweat going down my back, that's my brain's intuition or my gut telling me this might be a good scene, so you had to shoot it. So for anyone out there watching this video, one simple assignment I give you is for an entire month, whenever you see something that scares you, no matter what, you must photograph it and take at least 10 photos of it.
Have one thing that I always think about photography, that I try to love and love again with photography. That's why right now I still my job is different with photography. That's why I can love photography. I think if I become a professional photographer, I cannot love photography anymore.
You do everything straight from the heart. And less is more. There may be more in your heart, but you have to decide wisely what to put into your music or put into your frame.
Keep shooting.
Just keep shooting. Persistence.
Persistence.
Rammy said the same thing.
Yeah,
Just keep shooting. Keep shooting.
I'm shooting everything, all kinds of techniques.
Yeah.
Good and bad. I post it. It doesn't
wanna
matter.
learn.
Yeah, I want to learn. It's not good enough. I post it and then I know why people don't like it. If it's good, it's just go up. Oh, it's simple. But bad things, like when I post, I know, okay, it's not good.
It actually
I don't care because I don't have awards or anything that cover. I'm not buying for award.
Get really good at deleting images. Okay.
Self-curating.
Yeah, and I mean that's what I probably think was the best thing is if you delete images, you create space for more images. You basically say what is good, and a lot of take bad photos. You know, take bad photos and then delete them. You know, don't feel like you are defined by your camera roll. Feel like you're defined by, you know, the images that you choose as the ones that you were really aiming for. That can be street photography, that can be portraiture, it can be selfies. You know, I think that it's so easy to create images. It's actually harder to choose which ones to delete, you know, and I think that's the process which is really fascinating to me, is to go back through your images, choose what is good. And if you're not sure what is good, go and look at stuff which is good. The good thing about deleting images is when you delete it, you've got to remember what was the mistakes you made that caused that to be an image that you delete, and then just try to avoid those mistakes in future, whether it's not really committing to an image, you know, like getting into the position, or if it's not moving fast enough, or if it's not being patient enough and waiting, whatever it is, you just got to think about what you did. So really self-reflection on deleted images, not your best stuff. You know, what were your mistakes?
This is what I say probably the most.
Yeah.
Is once you find the littlest thing, the smallest thing that you photograph and you enjoy it, explore it. Just push yourself, and don't just take one photograph and go back home and, you know, be done with it and keep it stored away. Go back, see if there's something else. See if you can expand on a small idea. That's what I've learned so far.
6 years, 6 months? No, for sure.
Yeah, so it's just expand on your interest.
Yes.
To enjoy it. You know, I think that photography is 99% frustration, because most of the time you don't get the shot.
It's like fishing.
Yeah, but when you get into the zone, it's, you know, it's energizing, and I think, you know, to look for that and to enjoy it. I think for me, the thing that the feedback that I get from participants in workshops is that they feel inspired, and to hear that is great. And I think that's, you know, when you get out in the street, you know, getting the shot and wanting to, you know, put yourself in the center of things, I think is great.
I think that if you don't have to try and impress anyone. This is this modern age of I must get likes, I must get You don't need to impress anyone. I'm more impressed by the people who are just taking photos for themselves. You're not trying to do something for someone else. And if you can keep that sort of sense of grounding in your photography, in your life, then you will be a better street photographer, because you're not taking an image to win a competition in your own mind. You're taking an image because this is what you wanted to capture, and this is what you felt was the right thing at the right time. And regardless of what anybody else thinks. Surely that would make you a more contemplative person, a better person in some way. Perhaps a more thoughtful person. And I think we could all be a little bit more thoughtful.